How to improve profitability and shareholder value, cost and profitability analytics. What are the common scenarios that we normally find in the organizations? The very first one is a lack of confidence in information. No one really trusts on how much costs a product, a service, a channel, a region, a distribution center, and things like that. Questionable rules of cost allocation. Also diversity of systems for decision making. It's very difficult for the organizations to understand the true profitability per client. Normally, the information that we get is the revenue per client, but how much is the cost to serve? How much is really that represents for the organization? It's very challenging to perform traceability studies. Also, it's very difficult to perform what-if analysis and simulations. Little knowledge of idle capacity cost. So at this point, the organizations understand they have a problem. They realize that their current ERP systems will not help them to solve this problem. So what they do, they decide to develop spreadsheets. So too many linked spreadsheets. The problem with the spreadsheets, one of the problems with spreadsheets is that this is not dynamic information. This is basically static information. So we know that all the organizations are very dynamic today. We are all the time creating new products, new channels, new clients, new departments, new processes. So the cost model does not follow the business dynamics. At the end of the day, what we find in the finance department or in the FP&A or for the cost manager is that they have an extreme dependency on IT and external consultants. So there's a lack of autonomy for them to take these kind of decisions and make simulations and get actionable information for decision making. Basically, we have two solutions. We have two product families, MyABCM Corporate, mostly dedicated to large and complex implementations, and also MyABCM Express for small implementations or even larger organizations, but with a small requirement. Here you can find some screenshots of MyABCM. Everything that you do in MyABCM, you do on a visual way. So you can see here the assignment path view. In the left side, you have the sources. In the destination, you have the destinations. You can find here all the arrows from the sources to destination, the driver quantity. Here, you can find our traceability component. So you can perform traceability back and forth. So you can understand exactly what is the full components of a product or a service or a channel or a region in the organization. Also, we have a built-in OLAP tool. In this OLAP tool, you can basically just drag and drop information and get any kind of report that you want. A lot of graphic components and graphic information here, comparisons, actual and budget. We have a built-in BPM component, so you can see here exactly how much costs a product, how much is a particular activity. Also, we have an indicator and a gauge view in the dashboard. We have a built-in P&L component, so we can analyze your P&L by any kind of dimension, like by product, by channel, by service, by country. You can develop your own dashboard the way you want. Lot of alternatives here, a lot of options to develop these dashboards. We have, for example, geographic analysis, also profit cliff, whale curve. We can make simulations, advanced simulations and planning simulations to identify bottlenecks and also compare before and after the simulation, and also integration between your cost model and the balance scorecard, for example. Those are just examples of capabilities we have in MyABCM, but keep in mind that this is not just software. We also offer here technical consulting services, technical support, training and knowledge transfer, and everything supported by our global best practices.